Welcome back to Hardware Unboxed for another episode of What Does It Take to Play, where I take a PC game and work out which combination of hardware offers gamers the best bang for their buck. This time round I am checking out PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and this is a title a lot of you have heavily requested for the past few weeks now. Also, yes, I am still sick. I was really hoping to have recovered by now, but what can you do? Anyway, rather than go the rest of the week without a video, I've loaded up on Codurals, and hopefully I make it to the end of this video. Technically the game isn't officially released yet, but you can pay $30 US to basically become a beta tester for the developer. The early access became available on the 24th of March 2017, and a shipload of gamers have taken them up on the offer to try the game out. By mid-April 2017, the game had already sold over 1 million copies, and Steam reported a peak concurrent player count of 89,000. The game's estimated to have exceeded $34 million US in sales for April, making it one of the top 10 highest grossing revenue games for the month, exceeding the likes of Overwatch and Counter-Strike Global Offensive, for example. Last month, the game exceeded 2 million copies sold and has now grossed over $60 million. So why is Battlegrounds so popular? Basically, I think it boils down to the game's fast-paced nature. Firstly, getting into a game is extremely quick. Despite featuring up to 100 players, games generally take less than a minute to find, and even if you die quickly, getting into another game won't take that long. Once you are in a game, the action is generally quite fast-paced thanks to the continual shrinkage of the safe zone, which herds players closer and closer together. Anyway, there's a lot more to the game, but I won't touch on that here. Instead, I'm going to focus on the hardware required for optimal gameplay at 1080p. As you might expect, Battlegrounds isn't particularly well optimized right now, and the game's polish leaves a lot to be desired. So pretty typical stuff then for an early access title. Still, the game is a heap of fun, and there seems to be quite a few of you wanting to know what kind of hardware you need in order to enjoy the game using reasonably high quality settings. So over the past week I've been messing around with a few CPU and GPU combinations to try and work out which delivers players the best bang for their buck. Right now, Nvidia GPUs appear to have a rather large performance advantage in this title over their Radeon competition. That said, AMD's Ryzen CPUs are performing very well, and I've found the Ryzen 7 1800X to be roughly on par with the Core i7 7700K. When testing CPU performance though, I found something rather unexpected. With the 7700K, there always seemed to be one thread that was heavily taxed. Meanwhile, core distribution when using a Ryzen CPU was much more even. This allowed the Ryzen 5 1400 to deliver very smooth performance. Rarely did CPU utilization exceed 40%. For rendering around 60 to 80 FPS at 1080p using the high quality preset, I found that the GeForce GTX 1060 6GB was the way to go. The RX 580 on the other hand would at times drop as low as 40 FPS under the same conditions. AMD could very well be waiting for the game to be released before they invest too much time in driver development. That said though, given the game's popularity, it might make sense to start optimizing now. For testing, I have mostly stuck with the high quality preset as it offers the best balance of visual quality and performance in my opinion, and here's a quick look at how the various presets compare using the GTX 1060 at 1080p. As you can see, there's a decent 30% performance increase in frame rate when going from ultra to high, and most crucially this saw the average frame rate hovering around 60 FPS. Downgrading from high to medium only boosted performance by 13%, and in my opinion the difference in visual quality was quite noticeable. Then as we move to low, the frame rate does skyrocket, but in my opinion the game looks pretty awful. That said though, with less vegetation and distractions, I can see why more serious gamers use the lower quality settings. So moving forward, I will be showing 1080p footage using the high and ultra quality presets. Let's see how the Ryzen 5 1400 and GTX 1060 get on. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a heap of fun, but at the same time it feels like being a long way from a finished product. The early access has seen a number of updates already, but still, even so, I fear it will be quite some time before the game's anywhere near polished enough to exit the early access stage. Even so, most gamers seem happy with what they're seeing so far based on the Steam reviews, so hopefully the developer will keep moving forward at a satisfactory rate. For now, being a beta access tester can be frustrating, especially for those trying to learn the game. I found quite a few times I just couldn't kill some people. Even when I came across someone AFK, it was quite challenging. Probably shouldn't admit that. Here's one example I'm speaking of. From a relatively close distance, I take a shot at a stationary target who's clearly not wearing any armour. The first round fired looked like a solid headshot, but the animation suggested otherwise. 2 more rounds seemed to be on target, but somehow they missed. I get it, I'm not that good. So I advanced to within spitting distance and fired off 2 more rounds. Both, in my opinion, probably should have hit, but neither did. So I gave up on headshots and moved to execution distance, aiming for center mass shots. 2 more rounds and I got the job done, and my second kill in the bag. Not sure I should count that one, but anyway, I was quite desperate, so I did, and moved on. Anyway, if you can deal with the frustration of often missing what looks to be a sure kill, only to be denied by a shotgun from like 100 meters away, then Battlegrounds will provide hours of fun. Sadly, I just don't have time to act as a paid beta tester, so I'll revisit the title once it's finished. I'm your host, Steve. See you again next time, guys.